Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 7, Lesson 49, and today we're going after the pronoun mistakes that trip up almost everybody, the ones you hear on television and read in print. Should it be she and I, or her and me? Is it between you and I, or between you and me? Every one of those questions has the same answer hiding underneath it, and that answer is called case. Let's go get it. Every sentence needs words that stand in for people and things, and those words are the personal pronouns. A personal pronoun points to a person or a thing without naming it all over again. Listen, she packed her bag, and I helped her. The little words in there, she, her, and I, are all personal pronouns, and notice that they don't all look alike. That's because personal pronouns come in three forms, called cases: nominative, objective, and possessive. And here is the whole lesson in one line. The job the pronoun does in the sentence is what decides which case you use. Here are all three cases on one board. The nominative case gives you I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. The objective case gives you me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. And the possessive case gives you my, his, her, its, our, your, and their, plus the standalone forms mine, yours, hers, ours, and theirs, the ones that can sit alone at the end of a sentence. Now take a second and look at the pattern. I and me are the same pronoun wearing different clothes. So are she and her, we and us, they and them. The meaning never changes. What changes is the work the pronoun is doing, and the job in the sentence is what picks the case. Let's take the cases one at a time, starting with the nominative. Reach for the nominative case when the pronoun is the one doing the action, when it is the subject of the verb. She and I painted the mural. Who painted? She and I did, so both pronouns are subjects and both are nominative. Try the wrong forms for a second. Her and me painted the mural, and your ear flinches immediately. Now, there is a second home for the nominative, and it comes straight out of our linking verb lesson. The winner was he. Was is a linking verb, so the word after it isn't receiving any action at all. It simply renames the subject. That makes it a predicate nominative, and a predicate nominative takes the nominative case. So, subject of the verb, or predicate nominative after a linking verb, both call for I, he, she, we, or they. Now the objective case. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them. Use it whenever the pronoun is on the receiving end of something. First as a direct object. Sana called me after practice. Called whom? Me. I am the one receiving the action, so the pronoun takes the objective case. Second, as an indirect object. Give her the map. The map is what gets given, and her is the person it gets given to. An indirect object is still an object, so it's objective again. And third, as the object of a preposition. Look at this phrase, between you and me. Between is a preposition, and every preposition needs an object to finish it off, so the pronoun has to be objective. Direct object, indirect object, object of a preposition. You hear the word object 3 times, and every time you reach for the objective case. The third case is the possessive, and it has exactly one job. It shows ownership. My and mine, your and yours, his, her and hers, its, our and ours, their and theirs. Notice that some possessives sit right in front of a noun, my coat, our team, while others stand alone at the end of a sentence. That coat is mine. The win is ours. And now here is the part people get wrong constantly, so let it sink in. A possessive pronoun never, ever takes an apostrophe. There is no such word as yours, or hers, or theirs. Write its, yours, hers, theirs. Clean, with no apostrophe anywhere. The one that trips up everybody is its with an apostrophe, which is simply short for it is. If you can't swap in the words it is, then you want the possessive its with no apostrophe at all. Here comes the single most useful tool in this whole lesson, and it costs you nothing. When a pronoun is joined to somebody else, Devin and blank, your ear suddenly stops working. So take the other person out. Watch. Devin and me went to the game. Drop Devin and read what's left. Me went to the game. Nobody on earth says that. Now try the other version. Devin and I went to the game. Drop Devin again. I went to the game. There it is. So the sentence you want is Devin and I went to the game. And the test cuts the other way too. Coach thanked Devin and me. Drop Devin. Coach thanked me. That sounds right, and it is right, because thanked needs an object. Same trick, both directions. Remove the other person and let your ear do the rest. Let's finish with the trap you hear everywhere, between you and I. It sounds polished. It sounds careful. It is wrong. Here's why. I is a nominative pronoun. It exists to be a subject. And between is a preposition. A preposition takes an object, and objects call for the objective case. So the pronoun after between has to be me, between you and me. And look, the drop test proves it in 1 second. You would never say between I, you would say between me. This holds for every preposition, not only between. To her, with us, for them, beside him. After a preposition, reach for the objective case every single time. In this first set, you pick the pronoun that fits the job. Ask what the pronoun is doing in the sentence. And when a compound gets in the way, drop the other person. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. Raphael and blank built the ramp. Run the test. Drop Raphael. Would you ever say me built the ramp? Of course not. You'd say I built the ramp. The pronoun is a subject, and subjects take the nominative case. So it's Raphael and I built the ramp. The letter was addressed to Priya and blank. Hunt for the preposition first, and there it is, to. A preposition needs an object, so the pronoun has to be objective. Drop Priya and check it. Addressed to me. That's the one. The answer is me. The lead singer was blank. Was is a linking verb, so nothing here is receiving an action. The pronoun simply renames the singer. That makes it a predicate nominative, and predicate nominatives take the nominative case. The answer is she. Now for the traps. Watch for apostrophes that don't belong, and watch for prepositions hiding in plain sight. Pause and decide before each answer. That blue kayak is blank. Remember the rule that has no exceptions? A possessive pronoun never takes an apostrophe. So theirs, with an apostrophe stuck in it, is not a word at all. The answer is theirs. Keep this between you and blank. You have heard between you and I 1,000 times, and it is still wrong every single time. Between is a preposition. A preposition takes an object, and objects are objective. The answer is me. The dog chased blank tail. Try the swap. It is tail. That is nonsense. So we don't want its with an apostrophe. We want the possessive its, no apostrophe, showing that the tail belongs to the dog. The answer is its. Let's pull it all together. Personal pronouns have 3 cases, and the pronoun's job in the sentence picks which one you use. Nominative, I, he, she, we, they, for the subject of a verb, or for a predicate nominative sitting after a linking verb. Objective, me, him, her, us, them, for a direct object, an indirect object, or the object of a preposition. And possessive, my, mine, its, ours, theirs, to show ownership, with no apostrophe ever. And when a compound throws you off, drop the other person and listen. Devin and I went. Coach thanked me. Between you and me. In the next lesson, we'll push these cases further into pronouns used with appositives and pronouns after than and as. I'll see you there.